Hello, happy, I think it's Thursday. I think it is Thursday, isn't it? Please be Thursday. Somebody will need to let me know if it's Thursday. It certainly feels like Thursday. I've really not got very much to say, I'm afraid, because I didn't go out on the job, but I do know that Carleen and Judy went out on the job today. Which was really good because that gets Carleen out and about and back into the whole rigmaroles of daily life, which is super. So I presume they took just two of the dogs, although one can never be too sure. And we're expecting snow. Some people are saying 7 inches. Some people are saying it's just going to rain. Justin is the eternal optimist. He says it's only going to rain, and so let's hope it rains, because I don't know what we would do with 7 inches of snow, and we'll just have to take it as it comes. So I couldn't get into the barn yesterday because it was frozen. The main doors were totally and utterly frozen in position. I had to ask Bow to come and open them for me. And the problem is, all the other accesses, they're through sort of like fields of deep snow with a lovely, crispy, icy top. So that's such fun. You can hear my little buddies on the other side of the door, and they're staying on the other side of the door because they're just totally problematic, those goats. They are, they know the dinner's in here with me, and they're not best impressed, really, to be honest with you. So it's going to be a bit of a wait and see what happens with the weather. My daughter is desperately hoping for a delay tomorrow morning to school, which I actually am beginning to appreciate now, because there is nothing worse than driving when the roads are icy. And there's been a lot of black ice. There's been the day that I took Bella down to pick up her ride, there was cars all over the place, not where they should have been either, and lots of rear-ending because there's ice everywhere. At the moment we've got ice with a tremendous amount of water on top of it, so that's not pleasant. And we all know what happens to snow, and copious amounts of snow. It goes to water, and then the surface goes to mud. And then we're going to be dancing through mud for, I don't know how long, but we did have a drought last summer, so it's important, I'm thinking, to replenish that water loss that we've obviously had for some time. So we're going to be grateful for the fact that our aquifer is going to be replenished. It just doesn't feel like that when you're slippy sliding through it. But hey, such is life. And it would be nice to get the paddocks back, because everybody, well, the goats in particular, you open their door and they go, yeah, no, not happening for us. Thanks very much for that, though. And I was in the house this morning, and the very thick icy pad that was on the roof slid off onto the deck, and my gosh, the noise it made. It was absolutely thunderous. So that was exciting. And Michelle sent us a text last night. She said her dogs were so upset round about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And she says, did you happen to see an animal in the parking pit? And I said, no, I did not, which was probably quite nice. And she said, because my dogs were so upset, there was something in the parking pit. And she said she could sort of make it out. And I said, well, I know the animals that tend to wander through the parking pit we've got a couple of deer, which are lovely. We have a fox, and we have a groundhog. And she said, this was no groundhog. I was like, okay. So we've decided it was Bigfoot, because that's one thing that we don't actually have. So we've decided we've got our very own Goldie's Farm Bigfoot. So there. And she has a lovely puppy at the moment from one of the rescues that she's helping to socialise, and it is the most, I don't know if it's appeared on the camera, it is the most beautiful fluffy black puppy, and she's training, and it's doing everything that Michelle is asking. So that's super. She's hoping at some point that she may be able to take her out on some of the outreach visits, and then the puppy will go back to the rescue and into its new home. So that's very good, something exciting. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else that's happening. The wind has picked up, which is never pleasant. And I was doing chores on Meredith this afternoon, and when the wind picks up there, you know all about it. It just it catches every bit of wind going. And then I came back here and I thought, oh, look at all these trees with yeah, we don't want to talk about that. But the really jolly good news is the third guinea hen is now on top of the nut house, and it is much louder than the other two, because the other two are at the top of a pine tree, and it's just lovely. But I was in the condo this morning, in the middle of the morning, and I thought, gosh, that guinea hen's so loud. And then I realised it was on the deck, as in the deck where the puppies used to go, and it was sitting on top of one of my flower pots, and it was making quite a heck of a noise. So that was charming. And then it went on the roof of the condo, and I could hear it sort of like its little feet wandering about on the roof. And then it started calling to its friends, and then all bets were off because it was just like a siren. And Sophie has said to me that she sleeps upstairs in the house, and she said to me that she's sure that the guinea hens are roosting on top of the house. And I said, no, every night I check and they're up on the top of a pine tree. And she said, no, Mum, she said about 4 a.m, she said they definitely end up on the roof of the house. I'm like, well, I don't know why they would bother doing that, because they've got far more shelter up in a pine tree. And then Michelle said, no, she said, up. But I've come to the conclusion that there is absolutely no containing guinea hens. They are a law unto themselves, and exceptionally loud. And so we're all sharing the joy that is feral guinea hens, and they're really very feral. Never mind. So let me have a wee looky-see at these questions, if there are any. Yes, it is Thursday. I thought that. Oh, Hilda! It's Thursday, and more snow today and tomorrow. You're just full of the joys. I'm not sure if I can ban you, but I might try. So, oh dear. Oh, rain on Sunday. Even better. Wonderful. Goodness gracious. Hello, Carol. Haven't seen Carol all week. That's very unusual. You've got your wellies handy. Listen, my boots are waterproof. I've had my boots roundabout since when my what is she? She's about since my second child was born. So they've done me a good long period of time. They have now this year decided that they're no longer waterproof. So every time I take my boots off at night time, I'm like, ugh, soggy feet. Nothing worse than soggy feet. So I might be dragging my wellies out, thinking that might be the way forward with things. Hi, Bella. And I think Bella is going to try and do the same thing next week that she did this week with Shore Collaborative, and she and Ziti will go and entertain the masses, because that's a really big job. And then I think she's maybe hoping to come to the farm again, and I might remember to pick her up, because I won't have dropped my phone in a snowdrift. Oh. I think Nick is feeling it. He's exceptionally tired, but he's running 2 projects at the moment, so he is definitely tired. I thought I was feeling back to normal, and then I was very unwell this morning, but passed again. I tell you, I always remembered being in schools, and this is always a time of year to pick everything up, and I think that's just the way it is. But you know what? We'll get there. We're all tootling along quite nicely. Oh my goodness, are we needing to open a new chat board? Oh, here we are back again. Well, this is super because it looks like Bella is coming to stay for a few days while Carlina's away. Well, we look forward to that. Oh, goodness. I have no idea what goes on with that chat board because, quite frankly, I'm months out. And I'm probably one of the people that that says, what is it you're supposed to put up? You're supposed to put up test, and then you're supposed to delete it. I think I did it twice in one row. When I refreshed it, I couldn't even get the board up. So if it's me that's leaving all the messages and not deleting them, I give up. Aren't you supposed to be able to get onto your own chat board? But obviously not. It's such an annoying chat board. I don't know if anybody else with other organisations that use Discuss, have the same problem, but it certainly doesn't seem to like us very much at the moment. It's a pest. So that's it for today, I'm afraid. I'm going to go and do the barn now and corral the goats. And while I've been in here, the goats will probably have been jumping all over the haystacks because they like to do that. And they also like to eat out of, when I'm stuffing the hay bags in the hay area, they like to eat the hay that I have just put into the hay bags. They don't eat anything off the floor, they don't take from the hay bales, they like the stuff that I'm stuffing into the hay bags. I have no idea what gives with these goats, but they're a law unto themselves. And that's about all I've got at the moment. Oh my goodness, so the clocks, does that mean I'm losing? Oh, the clocks are jumping forward on Sunday. It's also going to rain on Sunday. You lot are full of the joys. I need happy news, like it's not going to be too hot this summer. Like 70 would be nice. Nothing above 70 and then I'll be quite happy. I always think when I'm freezing cold and my feet are cold and my fingers are cold and my nose is dripping, I always think, you know what, it'll be summer soon. And then I think to myself, I actually don't like the summer at all. So, it'll have to be spring and fall. There we go, that's what I'm waiting for. I hope you all have a lovely night, and I'm going to dole out the happiness to the animals so that they can munch away and have little full tummies for overnight. So I will see you all again hopefully tomorrow, and thank you so very much for joining me.